This is Germany, and these ex-prisoners of war. Men from all over the world are here, waiting to get out, waiting to get back to their homes and away from forced labor, prison camps and forced marches. Amongst them, groups of New Zealanders are preparing to leave. Of those who've been long in Germany, the only ones not preparing to leave are the Germans. Even while Germany was surrendering, the Dakota transport planes were flying out thousand after thousand of ex-prisoners. For the Anzacs, the transit center was Brussels, and so they landed in Belgium before going on to England. The High Commissioner had come from London to greet the liberated men. Mr. Jordan shares with them their first real beer in years. In new battle dress, and each with £5 in his pocket, the boys go out to see the sights. Three days after VE Day, they're seeing the Palace of Justice in Brussels, a city undamaged by the war. They're seeing the War Museum and the arches which commemorate the 50th year of the Belgian Kingdom. They see a royal palace whose future tenancy is in dispute. Tickets are being given out for the next stage of the journey, the hop across the North Sea and English Channel. From the Leave Hostel, the Kriegies, as they call themselves, set out for the airport. After months of forced marches across Germany, an army truck seems like luxury travel. Tickets are not the only formality. This is Bomber Command show, and Mae Wests must be worn for the trip. A Lancaster bomber taxis out for England as more passengers arrive. On the English airfield, the first arrivals sit and wait in the warm sun of early summer. United States bombers helped in the big transport job, and the men of Britain's Bomber Command worked right through VE Day, bringing out the Kriegies. To guard against the danger of typhus being brought over, all the men from Germany had to pass through a modern delousing station. They are met by WAFs of the station who help them with their gear. Air Marshal Sir Arthur Harris comes to visit the guests of his Bomber Command.
Hi, Father.
Oh, hello.
Where'd you come from?
From Auckland.
I bet you'll be glad to go back home.
Oh, you're telling me. This is the day we've been waiting for over 4 years.
I bet you have.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here.
There goes Bomber Harris over there. I reckon he's done a fine job bringing us boys over here, be amongst our own people once more after such a long time in that bloody place.
Michael Mulhern here, Christchurch. If someone sees this picture, send word to my wife and Kitty that I'm pleased to be back in England after 4 years in Germany. The people here are doing us very well.
After the meal, the boys entrain for Margate, and here they are leaving Margate railway station. At Cliftonville, hotels on the seafront have been taken over to house 8,000 of them. The first job to be done is to write out the free cable to the family at home in New Zealand. In the YMCA, there's the Southern Cross newspaper to read and souvenirs to compare. These came off Nazi officials. English volunteers help with the tea in the YM. Mr. Holland and Mr. Deutsch bring Lady Freiberg for a visit and greet Sergeant Hinton, VC. General Kippenberger is here too. Before going on 28 days leave with a free rail ticket, every man has a very thorough medical examination. This soldier wants to learn English methods of diesel engineering.
Have you had any previous diesel engineering experience?
Yes, sir. I was for 6 years on a New Zealand coastal vessel that was powered with diesels, and during my 4 years, or nearly 4 years captivity in Germany, I was studying some books I had there.
Through the Educational and Rehabilitation Service, the factories, farms and universities of England are open to men wishing to widen their knowledge. The houses are open too, and this little group have an afternoon tea engagement. This is something different from the Starags of Germany. In London, Kriegies visit Mr. Burdekin at New Zealand House to thank him and his staff for the help they gave. And there are other reunions.
How are you, Ken? You got out too? Yes. Oh, you're looking for business. Certainly. I've been on the loose for 2 months. The Russians got us out in February.
How do they treat you?
All like soldiers. They gave us regular Russian rations behind the lines, and we scrounged German pigs and fowls and did pretty well. You're a bit thin on it, old sport.
So would you be. You had a 600-mile route match.
You must have been keen.
The Huns were keen, not us. And what about the boxing? You going to take that up again when you get back?
I'm afraid that's out, Ken. I was working in a German coal mine and injured my left hand. Still, I can train a few of the young lads when I get back.
Did you hurt your elbow too?
No, why?
Well, come on over to the Dirty Duck and we'll have one.
I could do with a beer myself.